Right. My name is Darryl Peterkin, and I am the president-elect of the Northeast Regional Honors Council. And I'm here this afternoon to talk with you about the academic panel presentations for our conference in Philadelphia in 2022. Just in fact, I believe we start about, Linda, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's 8 weeks from today. So a scant 2 months away.
I didn't read it yet.
So what we're going to be doing for the next 45 minutes or so is just going over the basics for panel presentations, and I'll be answering to the best of my ability any questions that you might have. Okay, so I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Linda, did you want to say anything before we got started?
Well, just a welcome to everybody, and we are so excited to be able to offer an in-person conference in Philadelphia. It will be amazing. And so on with the show.
Yes, the city of brotherly love is waiting for us. Okay, well, as I said, we're going to be talking today about the academic panel presentation. Typically, let me actually, let's see here. I will share my screen. I believe I have the NCHC website somewhere here. Excuse me, the NRHC website, and we can look at a couple of things there. All right, let's see here. Just to begin, this is the conference at a glance piece. If you go to the NCHC website and go to the 2022 conference and click here at conference at a glance, excuse me, you will see the basic layout of the 4 days of the conference. And the, excuse me, the presentations will be take place, of course, on Saturday, and I believe we have a poster session on Sunday, if I have that right, and a presentation session, yes. So there you are. So Saturday and Sunday will be our presentation days. Now, but let's get back to the meat of why you were all here. One moment, I think I may have someone in the waiting room here. Okay, I think we're all good. All right, so the academic panel presentation is typically, I would say, 3 to 4 individuals presenting on a particular topic. Now, you have all seen the different strands that are available for panel presentations, and the board will be sorting all of the proposals that we received for panel presentations into these discrete units of 3 to 4 individuals who are presenting. As close as we possibly can, we will try to make them, similar in terms of topic, but sometimes that doesn't work out quite as well. And so you'll be grouped with these other folks. And typically, we tell people, or I tell people when I have students who do this, is that we don't want you to read your paper. We want you to essentially really present. So by that we mean you talk about your research for about 8 to 10 minutes each, and then we open up the floor for questions from the audience. So we want you to be able to give the audience a very good idea of what your research topic is about, the parameters and what you discovered. And then what we really want the panel presentation to be is an interaction with the audience, a real discussion of ideas rather than a presentation of facts, if that makes sense. And essentially, that's it in a nutshell. It's very cut and dried in that regard, because we want each individual presenter to have enough time to present his or her topic. But really the meat of the presentation is the discussion of questions and comments with the audience and amongst the panelists themselves. So I've laid out the basics. I want to open it up now to any questions that you might have about the panel presentations, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, I have a question. This is Linda. Okay, in the past, here we go. My little hand is up. In the past, we have had students, we allowed students to do a short PowerPoint presentation that helped them in getting through their 8 or 10 minutes. I'm assuming that will still be, you know, what we're looking at this time around.
Yes, the rooms are PowerPoint friendly. You do not have to bring your own laptop. We will have audio-visual materials provided in the room. Again, when I present and when I have students present, I always bring my own, well, if not a laptop, I always bring my presentation on a flash drive, or these days I upload it to the cloud and download it at the conference itself. So yes, if you're going to do a PowerPoint, we will be ready to assist you with that. We have the equipment. You have another question, Linda? Your hand is still up.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get my hand down.
Ah.
I use Teams all the time. I'm not a Zoom expert here.
Ah.
Here you go. I got it.
Okay. I see a question in the chat. Will our presentations be on Saturday? Yes, most of them will occur on Saturday. We do have a session on Sunday as well for individuals for other reasons cannot present on Saturday. But our the bulk of the panel presentations will be on Saturday. Yes.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, my name's Gina. I just have a quick question. So I'll be presenting virtually because I'm the only one for my school that's presenting. How does that work out with the virtual option?
All right. With the virtual option, I believe we are asking those individuals to pre-record their presentations so that they could be uploaded to the conference website. And I believe there's going to, we will have an option for you to do a question and answer session with the audience during the session.
Okay, so will the question and answer session be live?
That portion will be live, but again, we're still tweaking certain things, but we will certainly let you know about that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. Do you have any recommendations or examples on how to start our presentations? One of the things I'd like to show you, I'll take you back to the NRHC website. We have last year's panel presentations on YouTube. So if you just allow me to share my screen, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. All right, so I may play just a little clip of a panel presentation just to give you a flavor of what it's like. All right, so again, this is the conference at a glance, but we are going to be looking at, let's go again back to, this is the main NRHC website, nrhchonors.org. And if you go here to About, click Past Conferences. And this is last year's conference, which was all virtual. And if you click here, go down to Recordings. And what comes up, this is these are the academic panel presentations. So we're going to click on the first one here, Readerly and Writerly Change. And it will take you to the YouTube channel.
From this.
And actually, let's go back and start up here. Let's restart.
So my major for my bachelor's was.
There. And the session, the panel presentation session is around 90 minutes, maybe a little shorter than that, again, to allow people enough time to make their own presentations and open it up questions from the audience. But as you can see.
Good morning, everybody.
There we are.
This is the moderator. My name is Nate Green. I'm just getting everything started here. We'll hang out for a couple minutes and we'll do introductions and get things going in just a few minutes.
So I'll pause it right here just to say that each session will have a moderator. That moderator will either introduce the members of the panel or allow the panel members to introduce themselves. And then we will go into the session. It's the moderator's job to keep an eye on time. So he or she will gently nudge you when you're approaching time. And the moderator will also, again, work to make sure that the audience can ask questions in a clear and respectful manner, and draw things to an end when the session closes at the end. So does that, let me stop the share right here. And let's see. So I think if you take a look at a couple of the recordings on our website, you'll get an idea of how people began their presentations. What I really like about NRHC is that it is really student focused and we want to hear about your research. So we are very encouraging about you just being natural in terms of how you're talking about the work that you've done. All right, we have a question. Should virtual presenters use PowerPoint as well? I have seen virtual presentations that use PowerPoint and virtual presentations that did not. My general rule of thumb is use what you're comfortable with. If PowerPoint helps focus what you are talking about and getting information to your listeners, then go with that. If you are prefer a different kind of presentation, then certainly do that as well. Because again, you want to do it in a format that makes you feel comfortable. Will the setup be compatible using a Mac laptop? Yes, we have both compatibility for Mac and PCs. Will on-site presentations be recorded as well? Since this is going to be an in-person conference, the live presentations are not going to be recorded. Let's see. I was sitting in on a couple of the other prep sessions, and a few people asked about what the dress code would be. And we are holding to professional dress. Some people say casual professional. But again, speaking for myself, if I'm making the presentation, I tend to dress a little more formally. I will wear a suit, or at the very least a sport coat and slacks. So I would encourage you to also dress appropriately, because this is a professional meeting. You're with your colleagues and you want to present not only your ideas well, but you want to present yourself well personally. So dress, look, and act like the professionals you are. Can we record ourselves presenting? I assume you are thinking of bringing a video camera or recording yourself on an iPhone or some such. If you want to record yourself, we certainly are not going to stop you doing that. But if you're recording other individuals, certainly you should get their permission before you do so.
Hi, how are you doing tonight?
Hello, I'm fine.
Good. I do have a quick question as well. I was wondering approximately, and this is just for me to get over the presentation jitters, I was wondering approximately how many people should we be expecting in our audience when we're presenting on Saturday or Sunday?
Okay. Well, we're going to be practicing social distancing in our presentation rooms. So we don't have any final counts, of course, yet of the number of participants, but I would expect if we have a good turnout, I would expect at least 25 people in a room, perhaps more. Again, the presentations are on Saturday and Sunday, so numbers will fluctuate. But I would, just again, speaking from my own experience as a presenter at various times, I would prepare myself for about 20 or 30 individuals.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Mhm.
Actually, a lot less than I was expecting.
No,
So
it
that
could
helps.
be a little more, but again, we're
Right.
going to be practicing social distancing, so we're trying to limit the capacities of the rooms.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I think the other thing to keep in mind is that there are numerous presentations and roundtables going on at the same time. And so, students kind of spread themselves out and look at topics that are of particular interest to them. And so I think that's why, the number of 20-ish is probably a pretty realistic number.
Mhm. And I would also add, just as a matter of etiquette, again, if you are going to be going back and forth to a variety of presentations, if you think you're going to be leaving a room, try to sit toward the back of the room so that you can enter and exit without causing much disturbance to the presentations. Should we keep our masks on during our presentations? An excellent question. Now, we will be following the mask guidelines of the city of Philadelphia. So please, you might want to check our website because we will try to update that as often as we can. But also, if you can also go to the city of Philadelphia's health department and see what their masking requirements for the city are. Personally, during presentations, I will be keeping a mask on, and I encourage other individuals to do so as well. Again, we're going to be practicing social distancing and all of the CDC recommendations during the meeting. But we ask people to use common sense and also to do what makes them feel comfortable in groups. But I would encourage you to wear your mask during your presentation. And that opens up another topic again. If you're coming to the city, we advise you to bring proof of your vaccination and or booster status. Linda, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the eating establishments in Philadelphia may require proof of vaccination in order to eat in restaurants or go to taverns or anything of that sort. So to be on the safe side, have your immunization record available on your phone.
Okay. It was my understanding from the messaging that has gone out that the vaccination was going to be required and that we had to show documentation if we were coming in person. And that's one of the caveats for my bringing students in person, that everybody is going to be vaccinated. I had to assure my administration of that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very good. Thank you, Linda.
Okay, so I have a question. If I have the vaccines, I got my 2 shots, but I don't have the booster shot, do I have to get the booster shot?
When did you get your original vaccination?
In November.
Okay. Well, you may not be yet eligible for the booster. It depends on, I guess it depends on what your original shot was. But certainly bring the vaccination information that you have with you to the conference.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see, I'm looking in the chat now to see if there are any other questions that I might have missed. Let's see here. I think we have tackled all of them, at least up to this point. Anything else we can help you with? Well, I want to take the opportunity to encourage you also to look at our city as tech strands. And we're really excited about being in Philadelphia, and we want you to take advantage of everything the city has to offer. So please do take a look at those. And we look forward to seeing you, doing that. We have some great topics, and hopefully we will have some great speakers as well. And we really are excited about having an in-person conference, and we want to make the most of your experience in Philadelphia. Let's see, will we be using microphones? Yes, there will be microphones available in the presentation space. They won't be the clip-on kind. I believe they will be the traditional hand mics on a mounting station. Well, if anyone would like, I can go back and show you a recording of last year's, one of last year's panel presentations if you'd like to see such a thing, but you probably will get more out of it on your own by going to our website. But I'm happy to do whatever is helpful. So did everyone here submit a proposal? Oh, great. That's fabulous. Well, we are really trying to build this whole event around you. We want to, again, we want to showcase your research. We want to provide opportunities for you to network with your fellow students in a safe fashion. And again, to get to know at least a little one of the great cities, not just of the United States, but of the world itself. And the conference theme of building and restructuring and recreating community. I think it's a topic that has a lot of resonance, and not just in our modern times, but it was certainly something that the founders themselves were concerned about as they were looking forward into the creation of a new nation, which in all honesty was a nation of communities. How do you bring all of these different individuals and communities and experiences together? And so we're going to be exploring a lot of those questions, 200 and something years later. Oh, I am very glad to see so many of you are looking forward to the conference. So are we. So are we. And I also encourage you to check out our social media feeds. Our Student Activities Council is always looking for volunteers to help them in their work to come up with and execute activities that are fun and of interest to students. So if that's something you'd like to be involved in, please do, again, check out our social media feeds. Oh, there must be more questions out there. Okay, I think we've covered just about everything, but if you do have, oh, I beg your pardon. I have a class in half an hour and my reminders keep popping up. Yes, this session, thank you for that question. This session is being recorded and it will be posted on YouTube. I think within about 24 hours or so, as soon as the video is uploaded. So if you have to leave or you had a friend or a colleague who couldn't attend today, all of our prep sessions will be posted. Oh, you're all quite welcome. We are trying to be as clear and as helpful as possible. And as I was going to say, if you have other questions, please don't hesitate to email us at Northeast Regional Honors, let's see, yes, Northeast Regional Honors Council at gmail.com. And we will do our very best to answer your questions and be as clear as possible. And I believe also we're going to be having another general session for interaction and questions that you might have later in the month, perhaps in early March. So it may not be specifically about the presentations and so forth, but if you have any other kinds of questions or certainly questions about the conference, you can certainly ask them during those sessions as well. Someone asked if you have further questions, can you, is there someone to whom you can reach out? You know what? I'm going to put my email address in the chat. So you can reach out to me. It's Darryl.Peterkin. 1 second here. At Morgan.edu. And again, if I don't know the answer, I will find someone who does. And that person will probably be Linda. So do check out the conference at a glance page. A fuller description will be posted shortly. But do take a look at all of the events that we have offered, and also certainly the student activities, most of which will occur on Saturday night. So you please use the opportunity to get to know your fellow students. And as I said earlier, we're always looking for help and volunteers to plan and execute events. So if you'd like to get involved with that, please, again, reach out to our Student Activities Council and also through our social media feeds. Is there any possibility to become involved even after the bachelor's level? That is a wonderful question, and I'm going to say yes. We don't have very many people who wish to do that, but NRHC is always evolving. And if you're interested in becoming involved after your graduation, send me an email and I will take this to the board and we'll see what we can think about. Let's think about this together. Well, as I used to say in the old days, this concludes our formal presentation this evening, but I will certainly stay on for those of you who have questions that you would like to ask. So otherwise, thank you for taking the time to join our session. Again, the recording will be posted on YouTube. And if you have any other questions that you either didn't think of or didn't want to ask at this particular time, just send me an email and we'll get back to you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Oh,
And
thank
we'll
you, Linda.
see you soon. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. And thank you for your help and, as always, your wisdom.
Oh, I defer to you, my friend. Take good care.
I wish you were here. We could team teach my class tonight.
I have my own to teach.
I have an idea. Let's switch.
Oh, well, we could do some team teaching. Wouldn't that be fun?
It would be fun. It would be fun.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I have to share with you, we now have combined in my online honors program and my campus honors program, 1,100
Great Scott.
honor students. Yeah, it's just, and this month we're celebrating our 2-year anniversary of the online program.
That is fabulous.